What up everybody, D-Man back, and today I'm going to be doing a versus video solo. I know that's kind of weird, all the other versus videos I've done have been with Wolf of Dimensions, but we've gotten so many requests that I decided I'm going to knock a ton out as fast as I can, and they're going to be solo. So, this fight is going to be King Kong vs. Zilla, as requested by David Brown. And the reason I'm doing these solo without Wolf is only because, not because I don't like him or anything, it's because certain characters he doesn't like a lot, or he doesn't know a lot about, such as King Kong, he doesn't like / know about that well. And some of these are just really easy fights, so I decided to do them on my own. So expect a series of versus videos, just me, just on my own. Let's get into it. Now, the King Kong I've chosen to fight against Zilla is, of course, going to be the King Kong vs. Godzilla King Kong, which is 45 meters. Zilla is a bit bigger, he is 60 meters, but Zilla loses. I don't think this is much of a fight at all. Here's why. I think it's pretty obvious for most of us. Zilla was killed by missiles. That's as simple as it is. Zilla was killed by missiles. He's just a mutated iguana. He is nothing special. No fire breath. I know at one point he, screams on a car and then it explodes. That doesn't count as fire breath, or atomic breath, even. So he has none of that. He is just a giant iguana. And King Kong, from King Kong vs. Godzilla, took on Godzilla and won. Not only did he win, he tanked quite a few shots from the atomic breath. So yes, although Kong is smaller, then you have to think Kong is also smaller than the V-Rexes when he fights them, or the T-Rex. And he still kills them. So the way I see this going down is there would be a close combat fight. Kong was of course stronger. He'd be laying down the punches on Zilla, Zilla being damaged by them because he's nothing special, he's just an iguana. And then I feel like they would, if this was in the movie or whatever, and this is how I'd want it to go, and this is how I think it would go, is even though we never saw this Kong do it, it is still a Kong. He would probably tear open Zilla's jaw, just like he does with the T-Rex, and snap it and kill him that way. And I would love to see that, man. That would be awesome. Also, you have to take into consideration the fact that Zilla dies from one shot of Godzilla's atomic breath in Final Wars, whereas, once again, King Kong tanked a couple shots from normal Godzilla, because I know they're a bit different. Final Wars Godzilla's OP, but King Kong still tanked quite a few shots of the atomic breath from normal Godzilla, King Kong vs. Godzilla. So there's that. Continuing with the King Kong trend, we're going to do three Kong fights in one video. So, King Kong 62 versus Ultraman the original. This one, I'm sad about, because Kong would lose. Yes, Kong is strong, and yes, he did somewhat beat Godzilla, but really we don't know how that all went down. He tackles Godzilla into the ocean, and then he swims away. So, for all we know, Godzilla just stayed there and Kong swam away before Godzilla could do anything. I don't know how that went. I know I just used that because this is subjective. They meant to leave it open for interpretation for a reason. They were originally going to do a sequel that they never got around to. So, I know I just used it in the case of Zilla to say that he was able to take on Godzilla and win. In this case, he took on Godzilla, and we don't know if he won fully. So, yeah, I feel like, sadly, Kong would lose. There was 32 episodes of Ultraman 66, if I'm correct or not. I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, but Ultraman would win, and here's why. Number one, and most obvious, Ultraman has fought tons of Kaiju before and won. However many episodes of the show there were, I'm pretty sure there's like 32 or something like that. So he was able to take on tons of Kaiju and win. He has a Spectrum Ray. Kong probably couldn't stand up to that too much. I know he tanked the atomic breath, but the Spectrum Ray may be stronger than Showa's atomic breath. I'd assume it is, or maybe they're on par with each other. Either way, Ultraman is beat Kaiju stronger than him, beat Kaiju bigger than him. He is just a powerhouse, man. What else can he do? He can shoot like energy blades. Kong would get hurt by those. He has fire. He can fire jets of water from his hands, which is we don't see that much, but he can do it. And Ultraman, although standardly he's 40-ish meters, he does, if you pay attention in the show, he'll grow to be whatever size of whatever kaiju he's fighting. So, although he would technically be smaller than King Kong, he would grow to be the size of Kong. And they're only different by 5 meters anyway, so it's not that big of a difference. And also, even if King Kong was somehow able to overpower Ultraman 66, Ultraman, all he has to do is just be like, okay, I'm being beat, why not just call in my allies? Because that's something else. Ultraman has allies. Kong doesn't have allies. Kong really is just an ape. He's very territorial, as we saw in King Kong vs. Godzilla. He fought the squid, or the octopus, because it came on his land. Whereas Ultraman would be able to call up like the Ultra Brothers or whoever he wants, and then they would take on Kong together, and they would win. So, yeah, sadly, although I do like Kong more, Ultraman would win. And also, just realized, I forgot to give you a shout-out, man, or not a shout-out, but Gojira44 was the one who requested that. So, moving on from your request, Ultraman wins that. King Kong vs. King Caesar, as requested by Goji Productions. This one's an interesting one. It really is. Now, Showa King Caesar is 50 meters, so he's 5 meters bigger than Kong. That probably won't play that much of a difference into the fight. And I am using Showa King Caesar, for those of you who might be confused or not. I don't know if you will be. But King Caesar is very fast. He's one of the faster kaiju we see. He's pretty strong. I know he does kind of get his butt whooped by Mechagodzilla, but that's Mechagodzilla. That makes Godzilla bleed, so, yeah, you can't really compare when you make Godzilla bleed. King Kong didn't even do that. So King Caesar is like the guardian monster, so the two being fighting, King Caesar would probably be fighting with more stakes than Kong, so maybe that gives him a bit more motivation. Other than that, though, King Caesar can't use his special abilities. The reason for that being that Kong doesn't have an energy attack, so King Caesar is not going to be able to reflect, absorb, or return any sort of attacks at all. So it's just going to be a brute force punching battle, and I do think Kong would win that one. I do think because King Kong flips Godzilla, we see him flip Godzilla, so he's clearly extremely powerful, clearly extremely strong. King Caesar probably would lose, and also King Caesar Showa has got that weird build to him where his arms are out in front of his body, or his hands are out in front of his body, so I don't see him being able to win against King Kong. That is just the way it is. Like it or hate it, you probably, I don't know, man. Goji Productions probably hate it because you're a Goji fan, and lots of Godzilla fans seem to not like Kong for some reason. What's the deal with that? Why do Godzilla fans hate King Kong? I don't get it. Anyways, guys, thank you for this three fights in one King Kong special. Thank you, David Brown, Gojira 44, and Goji Productions for the requests. Sorry guys if you were expecting Wolf to be with me. We just got too many requests. I had to handle some on my own, so I do apologize about that. But that's all I had to say, guys. Thank you all for watching. D-Man out. Also, if you guys want, go check out Wolf's channel. I know he's not in this video, but go check him out. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on whatever you want on his videos. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. D-Man out.